When you think of the most haunted places in America, what comes to mind? Gettysburg, Salem, maybe the Amityville Horror House? But did you know there are terrifying tales behind some of the most iconic places you might visit every day? Here are just a few of the haunted histories of America's most notorious haunts. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado is a magnificent building with a rich history. Opened in 1909, it was one of the first luxury hotels in the area. Built by Freelon Oscar Stanley, the hotel was meant to be a tribute to his father, who had passed away. But it quickly became a destination for the rich and famous. Writers like John Steinbeck and presidents like Calvin Coolidge made the hotel their home away from home. However, not everyone was so lucky. In 1911, a fire broke out in the basement, trapping several guests and staff. And then there's the ghost of a little girl named Almeda, who is said to roam the halls even to this day. No trip to New Orleans would be complete without a visit to the French Quarter. This historic neighborhood is full of beautiful architecture and spooky stories. One of the most popular legends is that of the Lalaurie Mansion. In the early 1800s, Delphine Lalaurie hosted some of the most lavish parties in New Orleans. But behind closed doors, she was torturing her slaves. When a fire broke out in her home, guests were horrified to discover the truth. And though she was never convicted of a crime, she was shunned by society, and the mansion was burned to the ground. Today, you can visit the site of the former mansion and learn more about this dark chapter in history. If you're planning a trip to Savannah, Georgia, be sure to take a walking tour of the historic district. You'll get to see beautiful squares and hear all sorts of spooky stories along the way. One of the most popular legends is that of the Sorrel Weed House. This antebellum mansion is said to be one of the most haunted places in Savannah. Guests have reported seeing ghosts and hearing disembodied voices. But the most famous story is that of a young woman named Sorrel Weed. She died under mysterious circumstances and is now said to haunt the house. So there you have it, just a few of the haunted histories of America's most notorious haunts. If you're interested in learning more about these spooky stories, be sure to do your research before you go. You never know what you might find. Thanks for watching.